Hey guys, welcome back to Detroit Garage. We've got the 9G90s in. I think I put 30 miles on it. They're not happy. It quit on me this morning coming out to pick up some veg oil. Brought it in the shop here on diesel, and it just, I was going to isolate which injector's duff on it. Which injector's bad, I should say. And it just quit. So, yeah. I could do a lot of diagnostics and try to figure out why, but I don't have time. This morning when I switched to veg at 140 degrees, like I always do with those 7A77s, it damn near quit. A lot of white smoke out the tailpipe and foot to the floor, and I barely got it back running again on diesel. And then, not 10 minutes after that, it quit. I had to pull over to the side of the road. Took quite a time to get it running again. Switched to veg again, and it ran on 3 cylinders on veg. Nursed it back to the shop, and here we are now. So, oh well. Yeah, that's why I was gonna wait and put these on a dyno and test them, but I don't know why. They're very finicky. Very sensitive to the veg oil. So my trouble started not 10 minutes after I took it home yesterday. Halfway home it started running like crap. So I took it home. Yeah, so I'll fire it back up for you guys and see if it'll even start. But this one's got me stumped. I don't know why. It won't run on the diesel side of things. Not sure why. It's got fuel pressure now and everything, so anyway, we'll fire it back up and see. it's only running on 3 cylinders. And that's on vegetable oil. Injector number 2. So rather than screw around and replace it, do a bunch of stuff, I don't have any spares, so I'm just going to whip them out, put the 7877s back in. Yeah, and have a look at all my hoses again. Yeah, see what I did wrong here. Well, it's never going to magically fix itself. There's no magic elixir for these, so I'm just going to whip these out and put the 7877s back in and look at these at another day on the dyno, have them overhauled and experiment on the dyno. The 9G90s for the first few minutes ran fairly good. It wasn't rolling all that much coal. A little bit if I jumped on it, but it eventually cleaned up. But I really couldn't get any testing done because it started running like crap not long after it left the shop. So, but even on 3 cylinders, the injectors are pretty nice, very responsive. So much less input on the throttle to get response. Which is really nice. They're sort of like running they're quite responsive, on and off. So anyway, we'll revisit those in another time. No, that wasn't so hard now, was it? All right, I'll dig into it and see what went wrong. All right, so I suspect it's this injector here, number 2. It seemed to be the coldest with the IR gun. Anyway, I'll test this one. We'll start it up and I'll put a screwdriver on that and try to isolate the dead injector. There, turn the modulator off so it's getting a full rack. I don't think that's going to help, but we'll see. Yeah, crazy. Injector number 2 is not firing. Anyway, extremely upset. It's well, I'm not upset. The Jimmy's upset. He's not happy with that. I don't know what to think of it. I'll put a fuel pressure gauge on it and see what we're getting for fuel pressure. We only have half a filter, and that's it. So there's air getting in from somewhere, so I'll go investigate that. Yeah, we'll go do that before I replace that. Well, it certainly looks like fuel starvation. Pull the filter off, it's only half full of fuel. So I've bypassed the solenoid and the fuel tank, and I'm just running a 5-gallon tank, and we'll see what it does with that. It certainly isn't happy. Injector 2's gone. All right, well, I've run out of time to play around with the 9G90s. I've got some 9B90s, but I haven't tested those, so we're putting the 7A77s back in and revisit these another day. So on my spare time, I'll pull number 2 injector apart and see if I can find anything that's just at idle. That's the only thing. Anyway, I'll bring it back when I get the injectors out. So that's the offending injector. I don't know why it went duff on me. I mean, it ran really nice up until about a few miles, maybe 5 to 10 miles, it started to act a little strange. And then this morning it just quit on the way to pick up oil. Never had that happen before. Anyway, possibly a tip. Hard to say, guys. I don't know. Anyway, we'll take it apart later and have a look at it. Well, guys, we've got the 7A77s back in, all tuned up and ready to start. So we'll do a coldish start on this one. Primed the fuel system, so there shouldn't be any issues. Should fire right up. Famous last words. Guys, all I could find on this fuel system was this clamp was loose, and when I tightened it up it broke. I replaced it with one of these, and that's the only thing. Can't see anything with it. I'm gonna let it sit overnight and then give it a shot in the morning and make sure everything's good, and then the cab goes back down. Have it, guys. I'm pretty happy with that. I'll do a test start in the morning, make sure everything's okay, but cab will go back down and be out of the shop tomorrow. Well, there you go, guys. 7A77s are back in. It's running like a dream again. I only found one loose hose clamp. Replace that. and I cannot find any issues with the fuel system. So we're putting the cab down in the morning and putting it back on the road. And that was my experiment with the 9G90s. I sure wish they were keepers, but I'm not sure what happened. One of them, number 2 there, just it didn't work. So anyway, we'll look at those later sometime down the road and see if we can't fix them and try again. Anyway, thanks for checking in. We'll catch you on the next video. Take care.